Hello, my name is Wigna Dutra de Souza. My candidate ID is 5654. This is Creative Critical Reflection question number 1. How does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? For my cover, I used the traditional method of conventions. I inserted the masthead on the top third of the cover, and it took up the entire width of the cover. I chose black for my masthead because it was the color that created the most contrast with my central image. My tagline follows the traditional method of conventions because it's below the masthead of the cover. I chose the same font as the masthead because that font creates the most contrast with my central image. My central image for my cover is a drawing of a character that follows the Japanese manga style. The central image relates to the main story because it shows an example of a famous manga which relates to the main cover line. The central image is colorful, which attracts the reader's attention. I place my main cover line in the left third of the magazine, and it's bigger than the other cover lines, which means it does not challenge conventions. My main cover line is interesting because it talks about how manga affects the world, and this will attract readers' attention. And also use drop shadow in the font, which makes it stand out. My additional cover lines are placed in the left and right third of the cover, and they are in the same font as my main cover line, a serif font. I use text hierarchy in all my cover lines. The main cover line is larger than the other cover lines, and the descriptions below the cover lines are smaller than the cover lines. I use drop shadows on the font to create contrast with my central image, and also to draw attention from readers. The website, price, and barcode follow conventions. They are placed in the bottom right third of the cover, with the price being above the barcode and the website being to the left of the barcode. Table of contents. The table of contents contains 2 pages, and I chose this because it's what needed to fit the article that I wrote and the layout I imagine. The title for the table of contents is Table of Contents, which follows traditional conventions. I had 3 sections in my table of contents, and they help the reader know the general topic of the articles. The sections I had were manga, style, and coloring. This helped the readers understand more about the topics. I used the text hierarchy in the articles and descriptions to emphasize the importance of the information to the reader. All the photos relate to a certain article, and the photo has a number in the bottom of it which tells the article it relates to. I use dramatic title for my articles because it will grab readers' attention and curiosity. I use a simple layout that makes reading information simple and provide a large space for my images to fit in. The folio states the page number, the name of the magazine, and the issue date. For my pictures, I had a picture of me drawing one of the drawings that I used, and for the other pictures I took them from a bird eyes view. The pictures represent social groups because the art style of the drawings are well recognized by the Asian community. The headline of my double page spread is the main cover line of my cover, and the headline is dramatic, which means they will catch readers' attention. I used 3 columns for the article because it will better fit the article that I wrote, and because it follows traditional conventions. The headline and the intro makes the reader interested in the article and its contents. The images attract the reader's attention because it tells important information about the article, and it also shows the influence of manga in a world map. The article is about the large influence that manga has in the world, and this might interest in readers because they don't know this information. The text in the article properly flows across this page, making reading the article easy for readers. I use the infographic to draw attention to the countries that import manga from Japan, and I use a pull quote to show how the influence will expand in the next decades. I use the same color as the table contents because it creates a house style that the readers of my magazine will feel familiar with. The social group that my magazine is intended is for Asians between 13 and 30, and most of the pictures that I use can relate to Asians because the art style of my drawing is something that is part of their culture. My magazine is very colorful, which will attract the attention of a younger audience. My magazine is a specialized magazine because manga magazines are very rare, and there's only one manga magazine in the US market, which means that my magazine has very little competition.